Morning, everyone. Welcome to our virtual tabling, where today we are going to talk about when weight loss stalls. It's important to note that this is part of the diabetes prevention program, specifically the Prevent T2 program. And we're going to talk about what happens when weight loss stalls and how we can kind of overcome weight loss plateaus. So without further ado, we will get started. So why can exactly weight loss stall? Well, weight loss tends to happen very quickly at first, but then kind of tapers off. As you kind of see with this graph, you have kind of a steady decrease in weight, but then eventually they start to over the weeks, they start to stay at the same weight. So it's important to note this is completely normal to have slow periods of weight loss. And the big thing here is to figure out why we're having these weight loss stalls. And so there's three main causes for a weight loss stall. So you might not be meeting your fitness or eating goals, your calorie needs have changed and need to be adjusted, or you've just lost muscle and from losing weight and you need to find a way to gain that muscle back. And so we will go over each of these and talk about how you kind of can get through each of these problems. So not meeting your eating or fitness goals. It's quite common to kind of get off track. And the biggest thing here is you just need to figure out how you can get back on track. So when it comes to not meeting your goals, there's a 5-step problem-solving method that you can choose. And the first step to that is to describe the problems that got you off track in the first place. So maybe you started a new job, or you're moving, or there's something in your life that's not allowing, that's kind of getting in the way of those things. The second step is to brainstorm solutions or come up with solutions for your problem. And so this could be working out at a different time or meal prepping, any kind of solution that will kind of help you get through your problem. Once you've brainstormed your solutions, the next step 3, is to choose the best solution that'll help you. And again, going back to our examples earlier, this might mean, meal prepping at the beginning of the week so that you don't have to cook all throughout the coming week. Or maybe it's changing the time that you exercise, that you have, maybe that time's a better time for you. It's just making sure that you pick the best option for you. Step 4 would then to make an action plan. And when you're making an action plan, you want to make sure your goal is a SMART goal. So that making sure that your goal is specific. So specifically what you're going to do, making sure that it's measurable. So rather than saying something like, I'm going to eat healthier, instead you say something along the lines of, I'm going to eat 3 more servings of vegetables. Making sure that your goal is attainable. So rather than coming up with a goal that is, kind of shooting for the stars a little bit, rather than that, make a goal that's attainable to you. So even if it's just something very small, that is just one step into your lifestyle journey. So things are going to take can take a long time, but making sure that your action plan is, something attainable that you can get to. Making sure that your goal is realistic. So again, making sure that you're not biting off more than you can chew, and then making sure that your goal is time sensitive. So then giving yourself a time limit to your goal. So for example, maybe your goal will be for the next week or next 2 weeks. And then the 5th step is to try it out. So then that basically just means going through your action plan and then seeing what happens. If you're able to start meeting your eating and fitness goals, then you're all set. Or if you're still unable to meet your different goals, then you would repeat steps 1, go back to step 1. So then defining the problems again, coming up with solutions, and then choosing a different solution this time. But what if your calorie needs have changed? And so after you lose weight, the number of calories that you need is different from when you started losing weight. So if to lose weight you needed, let's say, to cut back on 1,800 calories, and then you come into this weight loss stall, then maybe your calorie needs have changed. And so instead of 1,800, you need 1,700. The easiest way you can you can calculate how many calories you need is just to use like calorie calculator that you can find online. There's MyFitnessPal, which you can use on your phone. You do need to make an account. So if that's not something you're interested in, Mayo Clinic also has a calorie calculator, as well as calculator.net. And calculator.net is actually kind of nice because they'll give you different levels. So for example, you might have like mild weight loss will be this calorie requirement, kind of like a steadier weight loss will be this requirement, and then a more extreme weight loss will be this calories. So I invite you to explore kind of, if you just Google calorie calculator, you can find a lot of different options out there to kind of help you with calculating your new calorie requirements. And then what if you lost muscle from losing weight? So it's quite common that once you, are on like a weight loss journey, that in addition to losing fat, you do lose some muscle. And why this is kind of important is muscle burns more calories at rest than fat does. So all you really need to do if this is the case for you is to just gain back the muscle through exercising. And so you can do that through weightlifting. You don't necessarily have to do like the whole bench press and squatting and all the hardcore kind of stuff. You can just use you can even just use a resistance band to help build muscle, or you can even use things like calisthenics. So not necessarily, again, doing things like a whole bunch of push-ups, but even just something light like wall push-ups to kind of help work your muscles and build up that kind of resistance training to kind of help up, in turn, help build up that lost muscle. And so that is all that I have for you today. As always, if you have any questions, just email us at healthpromotion@glick.net. And also look out for our DPP program. If that is something you're interested in, please reach out to us. You can reach us again at healthpromotion@glick.net, or else you can also give us a call at 414-316-5011. So I thank you for joining us, and we will see you again next time.